I'm nervous. But here we go, right? So everybody knows that breast cancer sucks, including Molly. She'll back me up on this one. But it doesn't mean that you can't do anything about it. So I've collected a few tips and tricks for getting through the horror that is breast cancer. Tip number 1, throw a party. Now, I know your first reaction is to break down and cry, but trust me, once you've been diagnosed with breast cancer, these puppies have an expiration date. Invite over a few friends. If you haven't been fondled by a friend recently, get on it. TikTok. Seriously, 1 out of 8 women, temporary. So, breast cancer is like the zombie apocalypse. It's coming. Be prepared. Tip number 2, smuggle a camera into surgery. How else will you get a photo like this? Seriously, how many of you have a photo like this? I have the best medical team ever. Tip number 3, make friends with your anesthesiologist. The key words are sub-anesthetic dose. Just a few minutes before surgery, get a little dose of something they're gonna give you anyway. Gives you a few minutes of realizing how much you love your surgeon and what a great day it is to be eviscerated. Tip number 4, if you're gonna be irradiated, make sure they give you the kind that gives you superpowers, not the kind that kills you. I personally was hoping for spidey webs from my wrists. No such luck. Gamma radiation, like an Imaga scan, turns you into the Incredible Hulk, not Spider-Man. I didn't turn very green, but I did get the breast, right? I was only an A cup before. Tip number 5, get your hair done. It's amazing how forgiving the world is when you have breast cancer. You can look completely nuts, and people think it's awesome. Okay, now most of the tips so far have been a little tongue-in-cheek, I admit. This one had a very profound impact for me. If you're gonna do chemotherapy, do psychedelics. Now, in seriousness, I did not intend on taking psychedelics as part of my treatment. I wasn't gonna do anything my medical team didn't recommend. That would be crazy, because drugs are bad, okay? But complication after complication eroded me. I had multiple post-op infections, multiple emergency surgeries. I had a bad reaction to a blood transfusion and to Taxol. I was defeated. I was fatigued, I was apathetic, I was done. And I realized I needed to do something. I started researching options. And one of the options I found was the therapeutic use of psychedelics. Apparently, there are multiple legitimate studies being done by legitimate organizations on the therapeutic use of psychedelic drugs. Now, looking at my own condition, side effects, contraindications of my treatment, I knew I was looking for something with minimal cardiac impact, no liver or kidney damage, and 0 chance of addiction. I might be crazy, but I'm not stupid. One of the things I found is that antidepressants, benzodiazepines, do not meet those criteria. LSD does. Go figure. So even at that, I admit I am paranoid. I took a half dose. That is almost sub-threshold. I didn't get all the cool psychedelic hippie trip stuff all the kids are into. I didn't get any fun visuals. I didn't get any auditory hallucinations. I simply felt better. Now, there's nothing amazing about feeling good when you're high. If you don't feel good when you're high, you're pretty much doing it wrong. But what was amazing is that I still felt good the next day and the day after that, and for over 2 weeks. I did this 3 times over the course of 6 months, and each time I had the energy and the motivation to get up and get moving. I went for a walk on the beach. I went dancing for a few hours. I got the exercise I needed to feel normal again. LSD restored normalcy to my life. Which brings me to my last tip, which is become part... Oh, no, we're not there yet. After each of these experiences, I felt normal enough that I could get back to the regular parts of my life. I got back to work. I was able to socialize with my friends. I was able to catch up on email. That brings me to my last tip, which is become part zombie. I have alloderm, cadaver bits implanted. And why is this important? Because when that zombie apocalypse comes, you're gonna want me as your best friend.